I'm Kusha Karvandi, and you're listening to Exerscribe Radio, the source for biohacking your health to reach your full potential. I created Exerscribe to provide people with a roadmap to working out. With our new workout app, you can get a custom workout program that adapts your workouts to your body type, goals, sleep quality, stress levels, and personal preferences. With live chat support, our workout app has become so comprehensive some call it a personal trainer in your pocket. Our users are seeing over 90% success rates with their goals because we take the neural approach to fitness, meaning we integrate movements and exercises that recalibrate your brain and body to prime you for rapid strength gains and fat loss. Check out the Exerscribe workout app in the iTunes App Store today. In today's podcast, I interview Brian St. Pierre from Precision Nutrition. Precision Nutrition is a nutrition certification course and coaching program that has helped successfully coach 30,000 clients around the world, as well as certify over 16,000 trainers. Brian is a certified sports nutritionist, as well as a certified strength and conditioning specialist, not to mention Precision Nutrition certified. Brian also holds a master's degree in human nutrition and dietetics. A clear communicator and generous mentor, Brian exudes enthusiasm for health and fitness in everything he does. As a student, Brian's passion led him to Cressey Performance, where he worked as a high-performance athletic facility intern and subsequently as a strength coach and the center's head nutritionist. Now he serves as Precision Nutrition's science writer and presenter. Hey everyone, we're here on Exerscribe Radio with Precision Nutrition's Brian St. Pierre. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
So just to get us started, could you tell the audience a little bit about you and your background?
Sure. I have my bachelor's and master's degree in human nutrition. I'm also a registered dietitian, certified strength coach, among some other, lesser certifications as well. I actually started off my career as a strength and conditioning coach and strength and conditioning intern at Cressey Performance with Eric Cressey in 2004. Became the first employee there, did that for about 3 years. I was also like a nutritionist there. Went back to school for my master's and to be an RD, and then an opportunity arose to work for PM, so I took it, and I've been there the past about 2.5 years, working as a nutrition coach, writer, speaker, various other roles within PM.
How did you come across it?
Honestly, it was right place, right time. I was still in my master's program, and PM sent out an email to their email list, which I've been on for years, saying they were hiring. So they sent it out to several 100,000 people, and they got hundreds and hundreds who applied for some of the positions they were looking to fill. And I was lucky enough to be one of the 2 men they hired to coach for league eating.
Nice. That's awesome.
So I was very fortunate. I happened to, JB knew who I was and was very friendly with Eric. And, I had the credentials they were looking for, but I also had some of the experience. And it was, like I said, it was very much right place, right time. I had worked at the right places and knew the right people, I guess. So. Yeah,
I guess preparation met opportunity on that day.
Exactly.
So what's the ultimate goal for Precision Nutrition? What are you guys trying to do?
Sure. If you look at our motto, it's to deliver research-driven nutrition coaching for everyone. So our goal is to provide high-quality, not just nutrition information. Like you can get nutrition information just from reading the PM binder, right? We want to provide nutrition coaching where we're delivering the nutrition in the time that you need it, when you need it, what you need, and how you need it, and delivered in a way that fits your lifestyle and your unique circumstances. So it's about delivering, an experience more than just a do this, do that. This is what you should eat. This is what you shouldn't eat. That kind of thing. So we really want to help people live, eat, move, and live better. And that's pretty much how we frame it.
Like your T-shirt.
Exactly. Exactly my T-shirt.
So how many coaching clients, has the company had over the years?
Oh, if you're looking just at like PM coaching and not looking at certification, I think we're in the neighborhood around 30,000.
Wow.
I don't have the exact number offhand. Chris Scott Dixon would probably be the one to know that, but it's right around 30,000 people
That's awesome.
Since lean eating, and now we call it PM coaching. We no longer call it lean eating because it's going to be more broad than just lean eating. But for certification, we're up to, I think we're over 16,000 certification students.
Wow.
People who have become getting certified. They haven't all finished, but 16,000 have signed up.
That's crazy. That's awesome. You guys are taking over the world.
Well, trying to without it being a domination kind of thing. Just give people the tools they need to better their lives and achieve their goals.
Yeah, no, definitely. For the coaching clients, who coaches them? Is that all in-house?
Yeah, so for the coaching clients, we have a team of, right now, about 17 coaches. So there are about 12 female coaches and 5 male coaches. Women just coach women, men just coach men. And so, each coach has a group for an entire year for the program, and it's all done in-house. We hire coaches somewhat frequently, pretty frequently. We have a place on our site if people are looking to apply. But ultimately, it's all done in-house.
That's awesome. And these coaches, they coach these clients one-on-one via like Skype like this?
Not necessarily one-on-one per se. Yes, there is client-coach interaction on a very regular basis. But I have, as a coach, I would have more than one client, right? Just like as a trainer, you have more than one client or any other. So we'll do things via Skype, we'll do things via Google Hangout, phone. I would say most coaching is done by email, but it also depends on the client. Some clients like being emailed regularly, some like infrequent contact, some like Skype conversations once a week. And so it's dependent upon what the client needs, what the client wants, what fits within the coach's abilities. There are various mechanisms. We have a group forum for each coach's group. We have a Facebook group for each coach's group to allow different modes of communication based on client preference.
That's cool. I like that. I like that system.
Absolutely. It's better to be flexible and adaptable.
Exactly. So what has the company's approximate success rate been with coaching clients in reaching their goals?
Well, I guess that just depends on how you define success. If you just defined it as losing 20 pounds, only a certain percentage do that. If you define it as changing your life, like a larger percentage would qualify there, or getting off medication, or there could be innumerable criteria that define your success. In general, I would say probably in the neighborhood of, from the people who first start to last a full year and finish the program, probably 70% in that ballpark get ready where they want to go, which is actually remarkable when you compare it to people just taking a statin drug or taking a medication in general. Less than that, even take their medication on a consistent basis. So we don't have like a specific number for you because success it varies per person. Right? People have to define their own level of success, what they want out of the program. What you might want versus what I might want might be very different. But I would say that's probably about a rough number.
And what have been some of the greatest success stories for weight loss? Like, have you had someone who lost like 100 pounds over the course of the year?
Had a couple of years ago, the January 2013 group had 2 guys lose over 100 pounds. This is just one coach actually had 2 guys. One guy lost like 150 pounds in a year. Another guy lost like 102 pounds. The guy who lost 150 pounds was at 450 to start. So he got like 300. Then he repeated the program again for another year. And he's just a big man. He's like 6'4", 6'5". And he still lost like another 50 pounds in the second year of the program. So overall, he lost like 200 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, he's like the most remarkable story from a total weight loss standpoint. Mm-hmm. We have, I can even share it with you after the call. Like we have a page, like our Hall of Fame, our finalist Hall of Fame for people in different age brackets, for different men, for different women, on success stories and finalists and people who lost, lots of weight or even just completely changed their lives. So that's a great place. If people want to check out like the success that we've had, that would be a great place to start, and I can share that with you.
Nice, yeah, that'd be great. So for the certification course, how long did it take for you guys to put that whole program together? Because I've gone through it myself. I got certified in January, and that's a pretty thick textbook, so that must have taken some time.
It's honestly, I'm not entirely sure. That was JB and Ryan Andrews put that together. When did that first launch? Maybe 2008, 2008, 2010 maybe, something in that ballpark. I'm not 100% sure. It was before my time. I should probably know the exact launch date when it first started. I was a part of that first group. So I want to say it was like 2010. So it probably took them. I imagine we're going through it right now, Ryan Andrews and I, to start to update it for the third edition of the textbook. They're trying to update it every 3 years to keep it up to date with emerging science and research and our coaching experience. Subtle things change. And so it would be about 2010, 2009 maybe even. And it probably took them months and months and months to put that together, maybe even a full year. I mean, that's a huge amount of data and research accumulated and put into a easy to read, beautiful textbook, along with workbook questions and the videos. So there was a lot that went into it for sure.
Definitely. I mean, the thing I love most about the certification is the framework you offer your coaches to be able to actually coach a client, because it actually gives them a process. Unlike, a lot of the mainstream certifications, it actually kind of walks you through step by step what the client needs to do and what forms they need to fill out in order to be successful.
That's a key part of the certification, we think. Most nutrition certifications out there focus on just the physiology, right? Learning about cell structure and function, learning about metabolism and digestion, learning about macronutrients and micronutrients, and the nutritional science, which is fantastic to know. But if you don't actually know how to coach that in a process or a systematic way, you're lost as an actual coach. You have all this knowledge with no way to apply it. So we provide the knowledge component. The first half of the book is that kind of stuff, human physiology, nutritional science. The second half of the book is about coaching, right? That's what we actually do. We coach the knowledge that we have and these experiences that we have. Without having those coaching skills and coaching protocols in place, you're not going to be nearly as effective.
That's true. No, I agree 100%. It seems that more and more coaching is switching from being live to digital. Do you see a trend in people seeking more of an online coach nowadays?
I definitely think there will always be a place for live coaching. Absolutely, they're going to see more and more people shift towards an online coaching process, simply because you can do it from the comfort of your own home. You can access the best experts in the world no matter where you live. Even if there's no great expert within 100 miles of you, you can access people who are the best at what they do via an online mechanism. So I definitely, it's not like digital technology is going away, right? The world's becoming more and more connected digitally, social media, smartphones. You think, just back when I was in high school, there was no such thing as a smartphone. People didn't have internet on their phones, right? People barely had internet in their house. So there is no question it's trending that way. And so that's a big reason why PM has become more and more successful. Right? We live in an online digital world. It's how we deliver our coaching. And we don't deliver it in person per se.
That's awesome. What have been some of the greatest obstacles with the coaching program?
Well, some of the greatest obstacles are that it only is delivered via technology, right? Distance-based. There are certain things in terms of communication, like nonverbal communication, that you don't get, even through a video like this. There are things you can't see about my posture, my positioning, my movement towards you. There's no touching of someone. There's so much about human communication that is nonverbal that does get kind of lost especially through email, right? Like most impersonal kind of conversation that there is. And so, as much as we do a lot of our coaching through email, because it's much easier than trying to do it all via phone or anything like that, you do lose some aspect of conveying feelings or emotions, or even just a message in a certain way. Your tone can be misconstrued over email. So that's something that coaches, we work with our coaches a lot on writing skills and conveying tone through writing skills. That's a very important part of coaching online. You can be a great in-person coach and be a terrible online coach if you don't know how to convey your thoughts and feelings and tone and message over a digital platform, over the phone, over email. And so that's definitely something that's always a challenge. The challenge is that we have our own coaching software to monitor how often people are logging into the program, how often they're reading their lessons, how often they're doing their habit, how often they're doing their workout. But even still, it's much easier to see that kind of stuff in person. When I worked at Cressey Performance, I witnessed people coming into the gym every day. Like, I saw how hard they actually worked out. Not that they just said they worked out. Right? I was right there helping them. So you do lose that part of it. Right? You're not there in the gym with them. You're not there helping them along, guiding them like right in person. But like I said, there's only so much. There are limitations, but again, there's still a huge benefit in that. If you live somewhere where there's no place like that even close to around you, you now still have access to the idea and training protocols and coaching from high-level people, even if it's over a distance-based program. So there are certainly challenges. There are certainly limitations. Like, it's harder for me to coach someone for a squat over looking at their video and assessing it and giving them feedback rather than in person giving live, immediate feedback to correct things on the spot.
Of course. Do you think technology is going to help that process? With things like the Apple Watch coming out, do you think some of those plugins can help improve that?
Absolutely, without a doubt. I mean, I still think there will always be some level of limitation. It's never going to be the same as in person, having a communication. Or there's, like I said, there are so many things non-verbally that we communicate, that we interpret and feedback to people that are just lost over the phone or over digital communication. However, it's improving. You're getting more of it. I can see you now when I talk to you. That makes a big difference. Previously when it was just over the phone, I couldn't see you reacting. I couldn't see the way you moved or smiled or I smiled when I made a joke. I was maybe with a dry sense of humor. You know what I mean? Like, there are different things like that you can witness via video that you couldn't before. So there's no question digital technology is improving. We're actually creating an entirely new platform to deliver our coaching programs and services, like our certifications are going to be delivered over it, our level 2 certification when that fully launches in March, even PN coaching. It's all going to be delivered over this new, vastly improved delivery service, this coaching platform, to provide a better experience for the coach, provide a much better experience for the client, and to kind of break down things that have been obstacles in the past.
That's awesome. Tell me a little bit about the level 2 certification.
Yeah, so level 2 certification has been in the works for several years, and much of it's pretty much done. It's been done for quite a long time. It's just that we've been waiting for this new platform to be fully up and running to really get it out there. But it's awesome. So when you look at our level 1 certification, the second half of the book, like I talked about, is about coaching. Level 2 takes that and expands it dramatically. It really increases coaching skill and competency, working on things like motivational interviewing techniques, verbal and nonverbal communication skills, how to assess certain things. I mean, it takes your ability to coach nutrition up 100 notches. It's a year-long program, much like PM coaching. It's coached. So like right now we have a very small beta test going on with it because we're testing out the new platforms that has bugs and kinks. So there are some people testing it out, and the feedback has been phenomenal. Scott Dixon and Ryan Andrews are coaching it right now. So it's going to be a coached program. I'm not our level 1 cert, which is done self-sufficiently, you do it yourself, with some level of feedback and support in the forums and things like that. But generally, it's a program you do on your own. This is going to be an online coach program where you get a daily lesson, you get habits to practice, like coaching habits. Get someone a food log, practice this communication technique with clients, things of that nature. You get quizzes, you get like a weekly case study you have to do. We look over and assess, and you share with your fellow students, and you all work together to assess each other's work and get better as coaches. And so there are a lot of different ways, a lot of different methods of improving skills or assessing skills in the program, and it's going to be a game changer, quite frankly.
Do we have an approximate cost yet of what this thing's going to be?
Yes. Off the top of my head, you're putting me on the spot here. I want to say generally the general price will be like $47.99. If you get on the pre-sale list, our VIP list, if you learn about it ahead of time, it's $34.99. I want to say, but if it is a year-long coach program, you're in for a full year. It's phenomenal.
That's not too bad for a whole year. Yeah, that's great.
And when you compare it to other similar type programs, executive coaching programs, it's actually low, on the lower end. So it's very, very financially feasible considering what it is, considering the value you get from it.
Absolutely. So what does your lifestyle look like in terms of nutrition and exercise?
In my lifestyle, it's a lot different than it used to be. You know, when I was younger and in college, my life revolved around nutrition and working out. I built my class schedule around when I wanted to eat, when I wanted to train. I had rugby practice every day. These days, you know, I work full-time, my wife works full-time, we have 2 young kids. So I generally train about 3 times a week, generally like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, my lifestyle nutrition, again, back in college, I literally ate 8 times a day. You know, I ate every 2 to 3 hours, like religiously. These days, you know, it's more about just eating balanced meals about every 4 hours, say about 4 times a day. And so my approach to training and nutrition and just lifestyle in general is, obviously, I aim to do very well with my training and nutrition, but I'm also very pragmatic about it. Like, I have a wife, I have young kids. There are simply realities of life, and especially as you get older and mature and life circumstances change, I think you recognize that more, and it makes you better as a coach. When I was 25 or 23 and had like none of those things, I would say I was less effective as a coach because I had no concept of what a 45-year-old guy with 3 kids who worked 60 hours a week was going through. My life revolved around training and nutrition. So someone in that circumstance, training and nutrition is just a means to an end to help them with everything else in their life. It is not like their main focus. It was my main focus. And so as I become older, I think wiser, it's definitely helped me to apply what I've learned and what changes to my lifestyle and how that affects clients. But my lifestyle is, I think, relatively normal.
Nice. Awesome. Sounds like my lifestyle a little bit. So where do you get most of your information from? How do you guys stay on the cutting edge?
Lots of different ways. You know, we have a lot of coaches now, so people are always reading, researching. I mean, personally, you know, obviously we're all looking at the data. Quite a few of us subscribe to like Science Daily updates, and so I get updates on nutrition and training and weight loss and heart disease and things of that nature in my inbox every day. And I, you know, look at data, look at research, look at studies, and I also read people who I think do an excellent job in the field. You know, I read a lot of work from Alan Aragon. His monthly research review is fantastic. I read a lot of work from Dr. Stephen Goudinet, who's an obesity researcher at the University of Washington. I read a lot of work from even some of, like, for example, Lyle McCutcheon's work. It's relatively older now, but still excellent stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff out there. You just have to weed it out from some of the less robust work out there.
Nice. Awesome. Are there any specific books you'd recommend to the audience?
I mean, there could be many. It depends what you're really looking for. And if you're looking for some of my favorite books, aren't necessarily nutrition-related per se, but I think as a coach they can be very helpful. And you can look at Omnivore's Dilemma. I find that to be a fascinating book by Michael Pollan. How to Win Friends and Influence People is an endless classic. Just improving communication skills, ability to connect with people, and build a rapport, which is 90% of what coaching is. In terms of nutrition, Mindless Eating is a great one by Brian Wansink. It really talks about how the environment you're in impacts the decisions you make. You know, so many of us in the fitness world get so wrapped up in information education and forget that much of the reason people make food decisions has nothing to do with their lack of knowledge or lack of information. It's simply they're not being mindful, not being aware. They are in environments that are conducive to making poor decisions, right? That are designed to encourage you to eat more popcorn at the movie theater and drink more soda here and there, to do X, Y, and Z. So if you become more aware of those things, you can help people shape their environment to make better choices. Otherwise, sneak a peek at my books over here. Yeah, I mean, those would be a good place to start. Now, you can always look into Another book I recently read that I enjoyed was The Fat Loss Bible by Anthony Colpo. I found the first half of that book to be really, really good. Second half, I didn't enjoy as much, but the first half was excellent and gives a really great overview of why laws of thermodynamics do apply to humans. You know, to get calories in, calories out. In the biggest picture, yes, it is true. As much people don't like to count calories, I don't teach people to count calories. They still matter. They still count. So it's an excellent book as well.
Awesome. Really good information today. Where can the audience learn more about you guys?
They can check us out at precisionnutrition.com. You know, we have a blog on there where we update articles. We have 1 to 2 articles a week. We have access to our coaching programs from there. Our certification is located there as well. We have lots of free information. They can check us out on Facebook. So the Precision Nutrition Facebook site, we update that daily. We have a social media director who works on that kind of stuff all the time, putting up cool infographics and contests and really fun things. So a lot of different places they can check us out. But precisionnutrition.com and Precision Nutrition on Facebook would be the places to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Brian. Great stuff today, and hopefully you'll get me on that VIP list for that level 2 course.
You can go on the certification and get yourself right on. No problem.
Awesome. Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
If you haven't already, get your custom workout program by downloading the Exerscribe app from the iTunes App Store today.